Hello friends, welcome back. In today's tutorial, I'll show you how to draft and sew this cute and easy summer wrap skirt. Guys, it took less than 10 minutes to draft this pattern and less than an hour and a half to sew it. One quick note before we begin, this skirt is designed to sit about 2 inches below your natural waistline. I think many summer garments just look more relaxed and flattering when worn a little lower with a low rise. Before I share any project on this channel, I always sew it myself and test it from start to finish, and sometimes more than once, to make sure everything works exactly as shown. So as long as you follow the tutorial and use your own measurements, you can feel confident that your skirt will fit beautifully. Now grab your measuring tape and let's get started. Let's take our measurements. For this skirt, we'll only need 3 measurements. Your waist circumference. I know I mentioned that the skirt is designed to sit about 2 inches below the waist, but don't worry, we'll make that adjustment directly on the pattern. So for now, just measure your natural waist. Your hip circumference and the length from your waist to the floor or to your ankles if you prefer like a shorter skirt. Measure your skirt length down the center from the waistline to the floor or to the ankles. And a little tip, the easiest way to find your waist is to tie a narrow belt or a shoelace around it, and this will naturally help us find your waistline. Write down your measurements and we're ready to draft our pattern. This is what our final pattern draft will look like, and I will guide you through the whole drafting process step by step, but now you can just take a screenshot for future reference. Alright, it's time for a little bit of a 6th grade geometry. A to B is the waist to floor or waist to ankles length minus 3 inches. A to C is 4 inches. A to D is your waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1 3/4 of an inch. And C to E is your hips circumference divided by 4 plus 3/4 of an inch. Distance D to F is 1 inch. Our next point is point G, and the distance B to G is exactly twice the distance C to E. And our next point is point H. The distance F to H is exactly the same as A to B. And yes, this one is kind of a curve, and first we'll connect F to E and E to H, but don't worry about it too much. Just make sure F to H is pretty close to A to B. Let's work on our darts, and I marked both the front and the back dart on the same pattern because I'm lazy and I try to save time whenever I can. So for the back dart, it's located exactly in the center of line AF. It is 4 inches long and it is 1 inch wide. And this line should be more or less perpendicular to line AF. Our front dart is located in the last third of line AF. So you divide AF by 3, and that mark is the center of the front dart. The front dart is 3 inches long and it is 3/4 of an inch wide. Before we proceed to the extension of our front portion of the skirt, make sure all your curves are nice and smooth. That curve A to F, it needs to be a curve, it needs to be smooth. F to H is also a curve, H to B is also a curve, and guys, don't overdo it. You don't have to be super precise, try your best. And our final point is point A1. I drafted this one straight on fabric. You don't have to, but this distance A to A1 is exactly the same as distance A to the center of the front dart. From point A1, draw a straight line all the way down, and this rectangle will form a wrap section of our skirt. Yay, we're done with our pattern drafting, and guys, honestly, it took me longer to record this, especially with my accent, than it took me to actually draft the pattern. So please click on like if you find my videos helpful. We will need to cut out one back skirt panel on fold, and 2 front skirt panels, and they don't have to be unfolded. And I used the same seam allowances throughout the whole project. They are 1/2 inch. As you can see, I marked my darts right after I cut pieces out, and I also added that wrap extension directly on the fabric. We will also need to cut out a few strips of fabric for the waistband. I used about 3 strips. I cut out 4 just in case, but I ended up using only 3, each one measuring 36 inches long and 2.5 inches wide. I cropped some of them, and I'll show you how I did that later, but the seam allowances are already included. Mine were 2.5 inches wide, and my waistband ended up being 3/4 of an inch wide. We will start with the darts. I usually match the corners of each dart with a pin, then I pin the rest of the dart. To save time, I usually stitch all of my darts at once. And stitch. And press. And when pressing darts, you have to press them away from the center. Next, we're going to finish this side of each one of our front skirt panel with an overlock and press under one seam allowance and top stitch. With the right sides together, pin the front panels of the skirt to the back panel. Then stitch, overlock, and press. And remember, the seams should be facing away from the front when you're pressing them. I finished my hem right away. I folded it twice by 1/2 inch and top stitched. I like a little more stability on the bottom, but feel free to overlock and press under one seam allowance and top stitch. And also doing the double fold gave me a little shorter length, which is kind of nice. I mean, I didn't want it to be super like floor length. It needed to be slightly shorter. Next, we'll work on our waistband. So take a couple of your fabric strips, pin them together, stitch, and press the seam open. Next, pin the long waistband strip to the wrong side of the upper edge of the skirt. And one little note, try to match the seam in the waistband to with one of the seams in the skirt, like one of the side seams. It'll give your garment nice professional finished look. Here's how I actually did this. First, I matched my seam in the waistband to the seam in the skirt, and I trimmed off excess fabric, and then I folded under one seam allowance, and then I started pinning that waistband to the wrong side of the skirt, and I went all the way around, so there was no extra fabric on this side, and then about 21.5 inches on the other side of the skirt. Then you stitch your waistband to the wrong side of the skirt. This is what it should look like. Next, we will press our seam allowance up. Continue pressing this seam allowance under along the rest of the waistband strip. Next, we will press one seam allowance under along the top edge of our waistband strip. Then fold it down like shown and pin in place and top stitch. This looks like a mildly intoxicated snake. Top stitch that snake and the rest of the waistband and give it a really nice good press. Here is proof that this part of our snake is 21.5 inches long, and our next task is to create a sister for our snake, another tie for our skirt, like for our waistband. Make sure you top stitch. We will attach the separate tie slightly behind our side seam. I went about 3 inches behind my side seam. And to attach it, I stitched kind of like around in a rectangle. Next, attach a snap fastener to this area of the skirt to give it a nice finished look and to hold it in place. And if you don't like to use a snap fastener, you may use a hook. We are done. I hope you have fun making your own wrap skirt. Please don't forget to click on like and write something in the comment section, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.